welcome to LexGo Eat, the Herald Leaders podcast about eating and drinking in the bluegrass. I'm Janet Patton, and I cover food and craft beer and bourbon.
I'm Cheryl Truman. I cover business and features.
And I'm Sally Shear. I'm the lifestyles editor.
We're here today at Missy's Pies in Lexington. We're going to be talking with Barbara Pollitt, who runs the show here. And in a few days, this place will be overrun with people coming to get pies for Thanksgiving. And she's going to tell us all about the favorites and what you can get and what the deadline is to get one. Because
I was just going to say, and can I just say, it smells fantastic.
It really does. It really does smell fantastic. Yeah, it really does smell fantastic.
It's like being bathed in a steam bath of pie.
Yeah, exactly. What could be bad about that?
Before we talk about pie, we want to talk about some new news in restaurants. Cheryl, what's going on in Lexington restaurant scene?
Oh, I see what you did there. New news. Newk's is opening. Has opened actually in the new restaurant row in front of Lexington Mall. It will have another location over in Fayette Mall. It is fast and casual, but they will have, I believe, a reach-in to go section with salads and entrees, emphasis on fresh things. So we hope perhaps to get to them later.
Yeah. Wasn't there one other place that's opened? Insomnia Cookies?
Insomnia Cookies has opened. It has opened locations in Kentucky, both at the University of Louisville and near the University of Kentucky.
Is that a coincidence?
What's special about Insomnia Cookies is that you can either pick up your cookies there or, better still, near the UK campus, get them delivered to you as late as 2:45 a.m.
Cheryl, you're working on a story, too, that you wanted to call out for help with?
I did, and if anyone could help me with this, I would be oh so grateful. I'm working on an article about the most abused dessert of the holiday season, and I think unjustly so. It is fruitcake. Ladies and gentlemen, I would submit to you that if you hate fruitcake, if you're one of those people who has been repeating those lame jokes year after year, that indeed you've never had real fruitcake. I'm talking to some of the Kentucky fruitcake masters in doing this article, but I'd also like to talk to other people who perhaps bake your own or have a special bakery from which you get your fruitcake stash each year.
Fantastic.
Okay, so if you have a recipe for fruitcake, or you want to talk about fruitcake, give Cheryl a call.
In a nice way.
In a nice way. And I
or not 231-3202. I'll take your call.
And I'm working on a story that I could use some help with as well. It's about tamales. If you know a great place around Central Kentucky to get some tamales, give me a call. 231-3264. Sally.
Yes.
You have a story that we're reviewing something for Weekender.
Yes, and speaking of coming up in the Herald Leader and on Kentucky.com, one of our restaurant reviewers, not this coming Friday, but the Friday after Thanksgiving, is reviewing Blue Door Smokehouse, I believe is what it's called. I always want to say Blue Door Barbecue. Blue Door Smokehouse on Walton Avenue. Fortunately, Blue Door happens to be right in my neighborhood, and so I've eaten there several times. Wonderful food by a couple of local guys who I think are pretty new in the barbecue business.
I've just heard great things about that place from many people, so I look forward to reading this review.
Yes.
And plus, we're getting a new city barbecue.
Yeah, more barbecue. We need it, don't we?
They are endorsing the barbecue lifestyle.
Yeah, that was the funniest line of the press release to me, was that they're talking about Lexington's
barbecue lifestyle. So we have a city barbecue out on Richmond Road, and now this new city barbecue, which is opening mid-December, is going to be out on Harrodsburg Road. So two good locations in town to get more barbecue.
Remember, barbecue lifestyle, can you eat your weight in potato salad?
And they're going to have the drive-through, right?
Oh,
curbside pickup or
fantastic.
something. That's the one on
nice.
Harrodsburg.
Okay.
I think they said it's their first curbside pickup. So
that'd be great.
And I wanted to talk a little bit about a fun story I did last weekend about ice cream. I went to an ice cream convention. The National Ice Cream Retailers Association was here in Lexington. And I thought that, we're interviewing bourbon people. They were a lot of fun. The ice cream people are so happy. They just their world is nothing but fun.
Well, yeah.
and they want to share it with you a lot.
Imagine your world being ice cream.
It was really cool.
Tell us about some of the more exotic flavors.
Well, I got to try some really fun flavors from a guy in Pennsylvania, and he had, what was it? He had a violet, an African violet flavor that did taste very perfumey, very flowery. Some people liked it, some people didn't like it so much, and he had a chocolate that was, what was it? Quetzalcoatl's Revenge or something like that. It was
Quetzalcoatl.
It was chocolate with pepper on the back end, so
like
you
hot
got a
pepper.
lot of
Ooh, and I thought, I'm a purist when it comes to chocolate. It was delicious.
It was good.
And there was one that I had that had sunflower seed.
Yeah, there was one sunflower seed and honey.
Delicious.
So they just had a lot, I mean, a wide range. You know, you think chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, and it's really gone far beyond that. So.
Right. Yeah, we appreciated Janet going and returning to the office with samples.
I did. I got to bring back a few samples. One fun thing I want to mention that's happening this weekend is the 2nd annual Kentucky Kicks Ass Brewfest. It's going to be happening at the Grand Reserve on Manchester Street, and they're going to have a lot of different craft beers there, but one that I really want to highlight is Ethereal Brewing, which is the new brewery that's in the Pepper Distillery District, which is just about to open. They are going to have some of their beers there debuting at the Kentucky Kicks Ass Fest, Brewfest, and then they're going to have a soft opening on next Monday, and then a grand opening next weekend. So we're going to go check them out and see what they got. I'm here with Barbara Pollitt, who is the manager of Missy's Pies. And if you don't know Missy's Pies, you should, because she makes some of the best pies in Lexington. And this time of year, you're really, really busy, aren't you?
We are super busy.
Yeah, how many pies will you fix for Thanksgiving?
Between 2,000 and 2,500. 2,000 to 2,500, so.
2,500 pies. Do you have to cook around the clock to make that happen?
Yes.
Wow. What's the deadline to order pies?
Monday at 4 o'clock we cut off orders.
And then when do people pick them up?
Well, they'll pick up all through Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday, 8 to 4.
8 to 4, so 4 o'clock Wednesday, be here or
be
no
here
pie.
Or no pie for you.
And I've heard people line up around the corner, around the block to get in here. Because I saw on your website you have to have a confirmation number now.
Yes.
You're locked into orders, no walk-ins.
Well, we'll still make extra stuff for walk-ins. I always have a lot of walk-ins.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know, because I was afraid, walk-ins could get shut out. They might get shut out of the favorites, though. What's the biggest seller that you have?
Pumpkin pie and pecan pie are neck and neck this time of year.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. Is it just plain pecan pie, or is this your Mayday pie?
The pecan pie, just plain.
Because I've had the Mayday, and it is really good, too. What else is a big seller this year?
The caramel apple pie, really big seller. The Mayday sells year-round.
Yeah, people love that.
Yes, the combination pie, that one's brownie and peanut butter. Big, big seller.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
I
and
love that
you have cheesecakes, too, right?
We do.
I bet those sell pretty well.
We do. They do. We
now,
sell a lot of cheesecake.
Missy's has more than just pies now, right?
We do. We're currently doing a lunch. We do cold sandwiches, hot soups, chicken and dumplings.
And are you adding something new?
We are adding a chicken pot pie.
Ooh, that should be pretty good.
Homemade right here in the shop, so come on down and get one.
That sounds pretty tasty. Well, thanks a lot for your time. I really appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you for coming over.
All right. And one question I have in putting together the listings for the LexGo Eat column, it just seems like every restaurant now is doing Thanksgiving. Does nobody cook Thanksgiving at home anymore?
Well, maybe for a lot of people, if you have family in from far and wide, it's just easier to eat out.
Because a lot of places are having really good Thanksgiving.
Well, and they also have grab and go.
Yeah, a lot of great grab and go.
Yeah.
Can you talk about some of the better grab and go items? I think you've gotten some just today.
Caught my eye really was Bourbon and Toulouse, which is going to have a wonderful
Bourbon and Toulouse
turkey etouffee. And you can call and reserve a quart of it to take to, Grandma's house. If maybe you don't really like Grandma's turkey.
Don't tell her that.
Listings in Kentucky.com and LexGo.com in our columns. But one thing, you were not going to have to worry about is pie, because
Pie, right.
Missy's will have you covered.
Right. No reason not to have some sort of Thanksgiving something next week for Thanksgiving.
Right.
Possibly covered in meringue. Nuts covered.
Yum.